Okay, hi everyone, still Brian here for the second video of my Forgotten Hollow Manor. Boy, this is a 20 minutes video. I'm gonna try to speak for, I don't know, as long as I can, but I can't promise you anything. Maybe I'll stop in the middle and just put some music in the background, I don't know. I mean, the first 10 minutes were already... I can't say they were difficult, but it sure is something new to me. And I really hope the quality is not too bad, because, you know, I already uploaded the video and I listened to it and all, but I think it's alright. It's not great, but I have to buy a new mic and that's probably not gonna happen anytime soon, so who knows, maybe I can try to make something work, I don't know. So maybe I'm gonna try to focus on the build a little bit more than in the first video, you know, I have less shit to talk about, so maybe one thing I can say just before you watch everything is that I don't have all the packs of the game, all the content packs, as opposed to a lot of Sims builder that are also YouTubers. So I'm sorry, but maybe it will be more interesting for you to watch that, because, you know, you will kind of rediscover how to use some of the, not basic, because I do have some of the packs, but I guess it will be a bit different than usual regarding that. So the entry of the house is the living room also. And I wasn't sure what to do with that little corner over there, so I just put a little cat house. I don't know what's the English name for it. And I think it's a great spot. So I added also the trait. I don't know the word. I'm not sure for the you know, the home specifications. And it's a lot of errant cats love to go to this home, and I found that amusing. And so I have a little cat house. Of course, maybe now you're beginning to see that the interior is very dark, and that's what I warned you about in the first video. I just love dark designs, dark interiors. Not in a creepy way, just in the way that it's not light. But you know, I like it. And I really love the little separation here, the open wall in a way between the living room and the rest of the house. It's just a nice way to close a room without closing it, really. And now you can just see really the process I have when I'm furnishing. I'm still not sure of that verb, but the process I have when I'm decorating something. I mostly get furniture down, like a table, a sofa, a lamp or whatever, and I either get a lot of them down, and I try a lot of different colors and variations, and I guess a lot of people do that, you know. That's I guess it's just the best way to do it, to find the perfect matching thing that you need. And I'm gonna come back a little about I'm gonna come back a little on the walls and floors. I mostly, you know, when I started building, I grabbed a wall that was outside. That's a wall I liked, wooden one, and put it pretty much everywhere on the house, and I grabbed the same floor that was also outside and put it everywhere inside, and I started building this way. I like to build the interior with already some kind of color scheme to it, you know, just a flow on a wall I just don't like when it's white. It's really boring to me. And I end up leaving most of the walls the same for the first floor at least. And I'm gonna change some of the ground, but not all of it. I'm also gonna change some of the wall on the first floor, actually, near what will be the dining area. And then on the other floors, it gets... I don't know, you'll see, whatever. Let's not spoil everything. So this is the kitchen, again, with some kind of open-closed design. Not sure how to say it, but I find it really interesting. And I like the old school vibe it has to it, to have not a lot of open space but fairly close. I feel like a lot of old houses were built like that, and that it's a really more modern thing to open things a lot. And I like when it's closed. I feel secure, maybe, something like that. I like it. That's what I can say. I hope you like it too. Kitchen, when designing, here I can maybe talk about something else that I always have in mind when I'm designing something, and I think it's especially true for the kitchen, and the main word is don't overdo it. It's very easy to just put so much stuff in there that you just don't know what to look at, when there is too much. You have to find a nice balance between where do you put a lot of stuff and where do you leave things kind of open. If it's too open, if there's not enough details, maybe it gets a bit boring to the eye, and if there's too much, it's just overwhelming. And that's really the most difficult part. It's to find that balance. I'm not sure I found that balance, at least not everywhere, but I really try my best. You will see me very often erase a lot of the things I try and put down, because that's just it. I'm putting a bit more, then realizing it's more, so I remove a little and try to find that balance. Here I'm trying something with the floor, but don't worry, it's not gonna stay. It was absolutely disgusting. So just leaving the dark wood for now is the option I go for. But it's gonna change. I think it changes near the end, not near the beginning. So this is the dining room. Again, I try to match a lot of the things I do when I build is I try to match the colors a lot. I know not a lot of people do that, at least not from what I've seen online. And I don't know if it's because they don't like when there is too much of the same color, because that's something I could understand. It can get a bit boring if there is too much of the same color, but I don't know, it's just really difficult for me to have different tones of woods and stuff like that. It's not something my eyes like to see, so I just match everything, or most of it. Of course, still play with colors, but I match it as best as I can. Well, the first floor is almost done. We're what? Almost 8 minutes, maybe 8 minutes. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do the editing of it. I'm gonna try my best, of course. Oh, that's a nice lamp, I like it. I'm rediscovering my work here. That's really interesting to do. Oh, that's the lightning part of the game is really the one I hate the most, because it's just the lamps are not powerful enough. I hate it. Sometimes I just have to place 2, 3, 4 lamps on top of each other, with move objects, just to have enough light, because it's just not pushing enough light out of there. And I know I said dark stuff, but you still have to see, where you walk, not to bump into walls and stuff. So that's annoying to me, and I struggle to find nice looking lamps. That's not such a big problem in real life, There's not a lot of debate about what kind of lamp should I put in my room. You just sort of work with what you have, and it usually works fine. So I don't know, it's very frustrating to me to work with the lightning in this game, but of course I still do it and try my best, because it's part of the designing process. But I do feel like this ground level is maybe a bit too dark regarding light. Maybe I'm gonna change it, I'm not sure what I did with it, but during the night it's a bit dark. I'm gonna agree on that. Alright, so is it over? Can we go to the next floor yet? I hope, by the way, I'm not recording my voice at the exact time of the video. I'm sort of watching a preview of my video on the side while recording my voice on another software. So I hope it should match the video pretty well, but it may be slightly off, sometimes. Like for example, right now I'm seeing me trying different floors on the ground level and moving upstairs. Okay, did you notice something a bit weird just happening right now regarding my voice and all? Well, it's normal. It's because I did something wrong, and what I did wrong is that I forgot to include this very specific part of the building when I recorded my narration, my voice narration. And so I have to include it and re-record it in the middle of my previous narration. So I'm sorry. I do think it's better to do it this way because, well, I want to go from top to bottom, regarding the levels of the house. So anyway, let's not lose any more time and discuss the build. There is going to be only 2 rooms in the building, one for a single child and one for the parents. The family I created for the home is a family with 2 parents and a young adult, because I find it more fun to play with young adults than with children. But you can, of course, do as you want. It's gonna be just a fine room for children as well. If you're interested, you can find the family I created for this home on my origin gallery page. My username is Nazgune. It should be written in the video description. And the family name, I believe, is something like Elelune. I'm not sure. It's a weird name. I always write weird family names because I don't know what to give them as names. And it's a family that loves cats, and that's why it has a cat in it, and it's why the house has cat stuff. I like cats. Not as much as I like dogs, I think, but I thought this was better for a cat house than a dog house. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Why those questions? This is an interesting bathroom, by the way. I love the black and gold theme with the old school paper paint. It's a bit weird, but I like it, and I love the big bathroom, the big bathtub. Sorry, I feel like it would be so cool to have that in real life. And by the way, I had a weird bug happening in my Sims game. I don't know if you noticed it. Probably not, because it's going really fast. But on the outside of my doors, if I watch one of my door from the outside, and if that door has glass on it, I don't see the glass from the outside of the house. I don't know why. I tried to look online for stuff, but didn't find anything yet, so I'm gonna investigate it a little more. This room here is the child room, if you want. It's I guess it's a bit ugly, but I like things that are a bit, that old school ugly feel to it. I absolutely love it. Like that paper paint. It's not great. I think a lot of people don't like it because it's very saturated, there's a lot of visual information on this painting, wall paint, but it has such a dark, and I feel like I could really find something like that in a real old building, and I love this realistic aspect of it. I really like to have realistic builds. I really don't like merging objects together. I mean, it's from a creative point of view, it's interesting to merge things together. You create new stuff and all. It's cool. It's great. But from a realistic point of view, it bothers me a little, and I like realistic things. I always try to make things as fairly realistic as I can in order for it to be enjoyable. And on this same topic, I did try to live in this house to see if everything was playable, and it mostly is. I mean, everything is. I just had to fix a couple things, but I think I fixed it in time before I uploaded the house, so it's okay. And the only thing I forgot, if you want to live here with cats, is the little bowl where the cat eats, and the litter, the box litter. I forgot those, I'm sorry. But it's not such a big deal, I guess, to put it there yourself. but everything else is there and is playable. That was important to me. So what about that room? Because it's still going. I spent so much time on that room. It's, again, I think I managed a fairly nice balance of nicely detailed but not overwhelmingly too much detailed. Maybe it is just a little too much, but you know, it's a young person's room, so I guess it fits the role of being a bit saturated with objects. But maybe it is just, I don't know, I like it, I really like it in the end. So, oh yeah, I remember I'm going to spend a lot of time trying to figure out what to do with the little dresser part, because I'm gonna wonder if I'm gonna put a wall or not, just like in the ground floor, you know, where the cat tree is. So is it gonna happen? No, I'm just putting curtains. Yeah, there it is. Am I going to leave this door here into the wall, or am I going to remove it? I don't know, who knows? No, of course I know. Let me know what design do you prefer, because this is that kind of part where I really struggle to find what I prefer between two designs. You know, most of the time it's fairly easy to figure out, like, do I prefer this color or that one, or do I prefer that door or this one? But here, I just didn't know. So I think I ended up letting it closed, a bit closed, because it has, like I said earlier, that old school vibe to it, to be a little bit more closed than open. And I love the play with the curtains, you know, adding the curtains on the other side of the door, I think creates a really soft and gentle decoration from when you're within the room. So I really like that. And here's a really small bathroom that I wanted to put there for, I don't know, whoever wants to, because the other bathroom on that level just has a big bathtub, and sometimes you just want to take a shower, right? So I had to have something else too, for people to take a shower. That's the kind of thing I think about when I think about realism, and if it would be interesting to play in that house with your Sims. Alright, I just have to check how much time I need to fill with my voice, because I'm not sure. Okay, I still have some time. Of course, because it's still going, we have all the sort of common room to go through together. I'm gonna go with the green painting here. I guess this is the lightest area of the house, and it's fine. It's absolutely great. I like it. It's not therefore as dark and as harmonic with the whole house as everything else, but I still like it nonetheless. I think it's alright. Let me know what you think about it. And of course, let me know what's your favorite room, why is it, maybe you would have done something differently, and all that. I would really love to know what you think about all those different things. Okay, just a little mirror. Mirrors are always a nice way to occupy space and make rooms a bit bigger. That's the only thing that I really enjoy with the more modern houses, is how much you can play with big mirrors, and I guess I miss that a little in this house, but it's alright. It's still fine. Is it an interesting hallway? I don't know if it's exactly a hallway, but you know what I'm talking about. I think it's alright. It's not the best part of the house. What do I consider as the best part? Well, I love the garden that you will see later. I love the child's room. I think it's really nice. And the master bedroom that you will see later is quite nice too. It's a bit less, it's a bit more simple, you know, because of course it's for adults, and adults are not as messy as childs. Everyone knows that. I mean, it's a basic truth, right? Adults are not messy, right? None of them. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Of course some are. And here's the painting room. I wanted to have some kind of creativity going on. I have a violin, there is a guitar on the lower floor, and some painting stuff, so you can have fun with your Sims. And yeah, I also think this is a nice room, but I think I'm gonna change the wall paint here, because of course we have to have some variety going on. We can't have things being the same as the hallway. And I say variety. Oh my god, that word! There's some change, I say, but I think I'm gonna end up, yeah, with just the brown brown wood that's absolutely everywhere else in the house. So not much variety here, right? Whatever, I like it. I don't have to make things just buried because it has to or whatever. Just make things that you like, and that's fine, I guess. At least that's how I go. Oh, that's gonna be bothering with the lightning later, I remember, because, like I said, the lightning is not powerful enough. Just look how dark it is, and you can't put some lights everywhere, right? Because it's just so ugly then. So yeah, you just put a big... I didn't really want to put a roof lamp. I'm not sure what it's called yet again, but yeah, I ended up putting it there because it just wasn't light enough otherwise. And we're almost going to hit back with the other part of my narration, so I'm gonna have to leave you there and I'll take you back with what I have done before. Alright, see you guys in just a sec. Kiss kiss. Now I see the very top bathroom of the house, and every bathroom more or less looks the same in the house. They all have the brown walls. I kept the brown walls in all the bathrooms, and I like this very rustic feeling they have. It's not very water friendly, I guess. I hope. I don't know how coherent it would be in real life to have all the bathrooms like that. Maybe it would get a little too humid for the wood, I don't know. Maybe it would require just some kind of special treatment for it to be okay. I'm not really a wood specialist, but I really like the way it looks in The Sims, and since we don't have any humidity issues, at least yet, I can afford to do so. Now the master bedrooms. Did I really start with the top floor? I don't remember. Okay, well, I guess that's fine. But yeah, so it's a really chill room, I guess. I tried, I mean, of course, I used the bed from the vampire, expansion pack. It's a bit big. I'm not sure how you guys feel regarding that kind of bed. I think they are absolutely cool. I would love to have that kind of bed in real life. I think they're really, they look so comfortable. I love them, and I also love the very big. How is the word for it? The armoire, in French. Of course, French is my main language. If you didn't know I don't really have a French accent, but whatever. I like the big, it's not a drawer, but what you put the clothes inside, that takes 4 squares. I think it's absolutely great. It's a bit hard to put down because it takes so much space, but when you're able to do so, I think it has such a great old school vibe to it. I love it. And I didn't start with the very top floor. I remember very clearly that I did the middle floor first. So what happened? Why am I watching the top floor now? Am I going crazy? Did something go missing in what I filmed? This is getting me a little anxious. Oh, now I'm playing with the walls, changing it a little. I like that gray, dark, black paper paint. I'm not sure that's the exact word for it, but whatever. Again, nice old school vibe to it. Very dark. That's just a nice little hallway. I'm sort of really confused still about that second floor that's gone missing, because I'm recording right now, so it's either I'm gonna have to maybe re-record everything, or I don't know. But whatever, let's focus on what's happening right now. Wasn't sure if I wanted to put the carpet down there. I think I let it in the end, yeah. Yeah, I can see the middle floor. What happened? I can clearly see it, it's done. But I didn't comment it. Why didn't it show? Did I forget to... I mean, you know what? But come on, the video is already 20 minutes long. I can't really put another 10 minutes in it. That's gonna be so long. And I would have to actually... Let's worry about that later, okay? Oh, but now you see all of it. Oh, that's horrible. You know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let everything happen, and what will happen in the end video is that you will have seen the construction, if everything ends up right, of the middle floor, and everything that I'm saying right now must feel very weird to you, because me, I didn't watch the middle floor being built, but you did, if I did everything correctly. So, sorry about that. Try to be gentle. I'm doing my best, okay? Thank you. Alright, so here I come back and change the floors a little, change the walls, try to add some more life into it. I do like it now. It's a bit more... less dark, let's say it. I do like a little light from times to times. How can dark shines if there is no light against it? Isn't it supposed to be the other way around, you're gonna say? Well, no, that's not for me. And of course, the lightning part of the outside, I love. I mean, I don't like the lightning part of the game, but lightning the outside of a house for the evening, I think that's great. I like it. So that's okay. And yeah, just little chairs and tables for the... I don't know, it's not a balcony, right? Is it a porch? How do you call it in English exactly? I didn't check. I'll call it a porch, okay? I like that word, porch. I mean, in French, actually, I think it's pronounced porche, so whatever. Also, if you're here, maybe you already did comment about it on my first video, but is my English okay to you? Are you able to understand what I am saying? I hope it is, because otherwise I'm just doing all of this for nothing. Of course, if I'm really not nice to listen to, you can just, you know, turn off the volume and put some music in the background. That's always something you can do. And that's also why I decided to talk and not to put just some music, because if you want the music, you can put it there yourself, and if you want to talk, well, you can't hear it if there is none, so I thought that was the best thing to do. I'm trying some things here with the level editor, the terrain editor, and I never used it actually. I'm sorry, I didn't do my homework when it came out. I probably will try to use it in Forgotten Hollow somewhere, but I gave up the idea for that build because I just thought I didn't need it. There was nothing in my mind that would have been better with some terrain editing. But I do love how the garden turned out, so you'll see that in a second. I don't know how to feel about the big fences. You know, sometimes I put fences around my home, sometimes I don't. Here I feel like the garden is just not big enough, so it's still okay to have a big fence. Because when the garden is too big, I feel like a fence makes everything really boring. So I try to pay very close attention to that. Now here's the best part of the garden, at least on my screen, and it's the little... I have no idea. Is it called the kiosk in English too? In French, we call that a kiosk. So whatever, I'm gonna call it a kiosk, and it's a new word for you if you didn't know it, okay? And of course, because we like water, it's gonna be surrounded by water, by some kind of little pond. I absolutely love water in this game, and I think it's a very simple thing that adds so much to the atmosphere of a place. And of course, we're gonna make it very swampy with a lot of leaves and foliages and nature and stuff, because I love green stuff and I love swamps and I love all of that. It's absolutely great. When I talked about games and about mentions, I knew I was forgetting something and I couldn't remember it, but now, seeing the pond, I remember it, and it's the Black Mirror castle from the game Black Mirror. It has nothing to do with the TV series, alright? It came out in the 90s, somewhere like that, or maybe early 2000s, I'm not sure. But it's a very old point-and-click game with some absolutely fantastic visuals of a great manor. It's not even a manor, it's a castle really. And it's just one of the most gorgeous castles I've ever seen in a video game and in my life, because I've never seen a lot of castles, I must agree. So go check it out if you're interested. I don't think I'm gonna try to create something that resembles to that castle, because it's really big, really bulky. I'm not sure. I don't think it would end up being so great in The Sims, but it's a really nice castle for a point-and-click game. Should you play the game? Probably not. What I did, how I discovered it, is I was watching a Let's Play of someone that is named Apollo is my copilot. It's a weird name, I agree. But if you're curious and if you like the visuals of the game, I would recommend watching that Let's Play, because it's a really calm and relaxing series of videos, and it's a girl who plays it, and she's really funny, really relaxed. It's not like it's not your typical Let's Play, I would say, because it's not over enthusiastic, it's not overplayed. I'm not sure how to express that feeling, but it feels very natural. And of course, it's not very entertaining, therefore. I guess it's something that you would like to watch if you're sick, and you don't have a lot of energy and you're just stuck in bed all day. I would definitely recommend watching something like that, because it's just very calm. The visuals are very relaxing, and I just love it so much. And big props to Apollo is my copilot. I'm so sad she's not really doing the same kind of things now. Her YouTube channel is kind of dead, but whatever. This is not a video about Apollo is my copilot. I'm sure she has no idea I'm talking about her, because she's not known at all and not very much online, but whatever. I had some problems with the terrain painting. I don't know if this happens to you sometimes, but when I left this building and came back to it later, all of the paint had vanished. And it happened to me a few times in the past, and it's not a big deal because it's not too hard to do. It's clearly the easiest part of the build, in my opinion, but it's still annoying. So I hope when you download the house, if you do, I hope it's gonna be there. It should be, because I made sure to put it back on and to upload it then. And I guess that's it for that part of the video. So now I'll have to do a little montage about everything. Sorry if things go not as you expected. I hope everything's fine, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.